word ignorant means that you lack wisdom and knowledge, or simply, you just don't know. The person who is neither trying to become wiser through wisdom is nevertheless satisfied with themselves and therefore does not seek after wisdom, because wisdom is the evil of ignorance to them. And thus these individuals have no desire for that in which they feel no want. In this case, the desire for right knowledge is simply not there.
Welcome to Back to the Basics, where you learn facts, hope you embrace it. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. I'm fearless. Welcome to Back to the Basics, where you learn facts, hope you embrace it. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. Watch, like, share, bring in.
We live in a time of unprecedented, amazing change that is completely different from anything that our ancestors knew. And we are right in the middle of it. This change is called the Age of Aquarius, which is the sun cycle of ether, but better known as the information age. For some, this change represents fear because of their attachment to the present status quo in the moon cycle of water, known as the Age of Pisces. And for others, it represents opportunity. For me, and I hope for you, that this change represents growth and development and new opportunities. It's clear that most people don't know much, but you should begin to realize that anything that does not change is dead. Since the presence of Dr. York and his teachings, humans have experienced an unbelievable level of growth in what we term as right knowledge, right wisdom, and right understanding. Right knowledge is simply knowledge that is right. For many came with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in the past, but when those levels of knowledge are put under close scrutiny, you'll find that it was not all wise, right, and exact, yet suitable for its time and place. Unfortunately, however, the great majority of people today have cut themselves off from this grown body of right knowledge, right wisdom, and the right understanding that would lead them to sound right reasoning, and now have become worse than they were before its presence. Now, why does this happen? It happens merely because of misunderstanding. And when you don't pay close attention to details, you usually miss something. The only way one can understand right knowledge is through study. Now here lies the problem. Studying anything is like paying a bill. And we all know we hate paying bills, but they have to be paid, especially the important ones that directly affects our lives. So basically what I'm saying is, no one studies unless they have to. The great majority of people will go to school just as long as they have to. And during that time, they will only learn what is absolutely necessary, which is the very minimum. And they will stop on any subject the moment they are allowed to. That is why here in the United States, we have a multi-billion-dollar school establishment and a nation of people who don't seem to know very much. Most people here reach old ages and have a very small collection of useful information to pass on to the next generation. Now, some people say that they don't have the time to study. And if you don't, you might as well throw in the towel. And I say that because there's no other way to understand right knowledge unless you study. You see, you can't have heat without fuel. You can't have literature without the mind. In other words, there must be input if there is to be output. Everyone believes in what they know, and most people don't try to really know anything. And thus, this is the very reason why so many people systematically ignore the teachings and right knowledge, no matter who it is coming from. The reality is, no one can make you study but yourself. If you only knew that if you devoted just half an hour a night to study, you can become an extraordinary person. And quality is kept. There's freedom and fun in right knowledge. From it comes everything, especially when you live it through application. I so hope that this video encouraged you to study. I'm Kefre, and this is Back to the Basics. Like, share, and subscribe.
Facts we stated. You wanna know something? Go back to basics. Most saw a trap and was called the Matrix. The world feel lies, yet it's hard to face it. So I spread truth, hope you embrace it.